Hey, boys and girls, what is going on? Welcome to the Sister Starcraft English commentary, and let's continue on with Group A. What is this called? Group A or Group 1? I don't even know. I think it's called Group 1. Okay. It's called Group 1, guys. So I will update the names a little bit later, but this is going to be the fight between Mini and Lava, and so far Mini has been doing really well. Lava doesn't have a chance at all, and the first game was won by Mini. The second set is going to be played on the map Metropolis. Please wait a little bit while I update the information. We're gonna be having the Forge opening now for Mini. It's interesting that he's gonna be going for Forge. A player of his caliber is more expected to play, a gateway opening, which will allow him very much a lot of chances to go for his amazing micro. But I guess this time around he is going to be going for Forge because he's looking forward to actually put some cannons behind this expansion. But this is going to be spawning pool for... No, it's going to be... And sorry, what is the timing here? If it's spawning pool first, then he will not have a chance to put any cannons behind the middle line, but it's going to be, yes, Zerglings. Then the third base has been taken by Lava as well. At the 9 o'clock position, we're seeing 4 Zerglings, I believe. Behind this, the Nexus has been taken, and Cannon's going to try to come up. With the cross-spawning position, it's going to take a while for the Zerglings to get there. So we shall see if Lava is going to have any luck at all. This probe is very close to dying. The probe gets sniped. It is gonna change, and these guys are doing some chit-chatting in the background here. Not so sure exactly what they're saying, but it's very interesting that the current commentator was able to, tell them, turn on and off the chat like that. How do you do that? I don't even know. I thought you can only see the chat or not see the chat, and that's it. Anyways, we're going to be seeing the Zerglings are fanning out because maybe Lava is not yet so sure where the opponent is located. He will finally see this, and Lava is going to pull back when he sees the gateway. The probe is allowed to get inside of Lava's base once again. We shall see if he's gonna be able to do some kind of damages on that or not. And once again, I have to apologize because today I will be casting while doing a lot of metadata, video information preparation in the background. So I apologize if my cast is slightly off. I'm just a one-man show here, one guy equipment. So it's not easy for me to kind of do these kind of things correctly. I'm not even a caster to begin with. But anyhow, the game will have to go on. We're going to be having a lot of great sets ahead of us. There is going to be, I'm going to spoil a bit, not the results, but just which players are playing in today's qualifications. We will have Bisu, we will have Sack, we will have Hero. So far, it's what I'm seeing. I will update the information a bit more, but for the time being, we are not seeing additional tech yet from Lava. He has not yet shown to us what he is possibly making. And good scouting information. The Zealot is gonna try to eye the 9 o'clock position, going there very quickly. And the Zerglings will also have to make themselves a little bit more useful than just chasing this probe, because this Zealot is going to hide here. The Overlord over this area is able to spot the second Zealot moving out, so that's going to be the signal for Lava to start to make more Zerglings if he decides to do so. But seeing these few Zerglings without speed, I think that should prompt Mini to go ahead with the attack, but he's waiting for his double Zealot to join up together. This Overlord is going to hide a little bit towards the side, and the double Zealots have decided to attack against the third base here. I'm not so sure why Lava is so oblivious of this, because he's got his Overlord, but maybe he's just waiting for the right timing. That's right. He's got everything completely covered, and now he's got so many Zerglings and they all have speed. These are going to be able to hide in the background. Also nicely done by Mini. This particular specificity of this map is allowing for Mini to do this kind of attack, and Hydra then completely busted by Mini. They're completely seen. So what is going to be Mini's response? Will he stop and his Corsairs and just switch directly into Dark Templar? I guess it could be an idea, because these Overlords have retreated from the battle. Nicely done by Lava to clear out. Of course, Mini has done well for himself as well to try to get as much damage as possible before the battles have ended. So that is that.
최근에도 먹힐 수 있을 만한 이런 타입의 선수라고 생각이 됩니다.
맞습니다. 드디어 ASL을 개막하고 이
Alright, we're seeing the first signs of Hydrolis coming out now from Lava and the Corsair. Of course, we're trying to take out as many overlords as possible before you know, they become completely useless by the number of Hydras. Where are the overlords? Let me just quickly check for you. Here is one at the top right, and then there's another one. Of course, the Corsair for now. Another job that it has is just to also go for, you know, not really overlord hunting, but scouting and seeing how many hatcheries is getting made. Okay, he's going to be seeing lair coming up, and seeing the lair is going to signal to him that he need to switch to High Templars very quickly. And very good for Mini to only have one cannon so far. He's still once again on one cannon. This is interesting, and Lava, of course, he doesn't know about it because his overlords are not in that area, in those areas. Now he will see, he's gonna have to double up on his Hydras production here, but looks like only now he starts to make Hydras. Mini is not yet going up for future cannon. Maybe he's waiting to just produce a Dark Templar in the process because the overlords have been sniped. There's another overlord at the top right that would take a while to get there, so I'm not so sure if that overlord can ever be used. But now the Hydras is looking very strong. Do we have another cannon? Finally another cannon come up. We need to have a Dark Templar ASAP. These Zealots are buying some time. I'm not so sure why Mini's decided to not make that many cannons. I'm sure he's got a plan. What is the plan? I don't know his plan, but Zealot with leg completes now, which is nice here. And Mini is banking on the fact that he can hold on with just 5 Zealot and a cannon. Another one is still morphing in the background, and an overlord getting snipey is not very good for Lava. This gateway is going to be falling. The Dark Templar cannot be made. He's going to cancel the gateway. The gateway get destroyed with the, I think, no, the gateway is still alive. The gateway is still, no, the gateway is gone now. But the Zealots are doing great attacks to push these Hydras back. I guess Mini was feeling very, I guess, confident with his timing of the Zealot, and the Zealot with leg that he's able to kind of come down, and he's going to try to surround these Hydras. Lava in some serious trouble. He loses yet another Hydra supply, whilst Mini is 72 and Lava is 58. Let me also tell you who else is in the bracket, which I believe you would also be interested to know. So Mini is one. We will have Hero in another engagement. Hero and Hero will be playing soon. YSC will be playing. Sack will be playing, like I mentioned to you. Who else will be playing? Those are all of the names we have so far. Stork will be playing today, of course. Whether he qualifies or not is another question. Rush will be playing. Great.
적인 그런 확장입니다. 이건 적으로서 이해하기 힘든 타이밍이죠.
용납할 수 없는 타이밍이에요. 사실은 보면은 바로 깨야 되는데.
Right, looks like Mini is gonna expand out at this time and seeing if you know, he is going to be able to hold it. A lot of Hydras are getting made by Lava. Overlord speed is done. And Lava is gonna try to attack head on here. A single Dark Templar buying a lot of time. He's got to have to back up. The Corsairs are trying to find those overlords, but with so many overlords and they all have speed, it's going to be slightly problematic. This is going to be a weak moment now for Mini because his High Templars are not yet in the right number, and his third base is coming up very slowly. The cannons need to get engaged here. The Hydras could actually cut off the link between the expansion and the third base. But no, Lava is holding back. He's holding back, and he is going to finally attack it. His Dark Templar is going to be, excuse me, buying a few seconds for Mini. But now the rest of the Hydras arrived at the third base. There are 3 cannons, but there are no High Templars. Hydras could be coming from both sides here, the back and the front. And Mini's got to hold it at all costs. He's going to try to hold the front with a couple of Zealot. But on the back, the Hydra is going to try to get on the high grounds and surrounding those areas. Oh my god, the Hydra is not using now. He's going to be able to cast one storm. He needs to hide on the backside. The Hydra is hiding very well here and pushing those Hydras back at the last minute. Probe's going to get transferred and more reinforcements. And Lava, so unfortunate. He needs to engage now. They need to be a storm. That's going to be a great storm. Another great storm to damage the Hydras. And he's going to run the rest of the Hydras back home. But there's going to be a Hydras attack on the high ground here. There's only 2 cannons remaining. And the probes need to buy time here. That High Templar is going to fall very quickly. But reinforcement has arrived. We need to make some more cannons. He's going to be able to cast a storm. Some cannons are trying to come up. Good storm, but it's nicely dodged by Lava. Another terrible storm, though. And the cannons was cancelled right away. But there's going to be probes just trying to buy some time. We need to have more reinforcements from Protoss side because Lava is going to overrun this entire area. One Overlord has fallen. Zealots are trying very hard to hold the area. The cannons have not yet completed. The pylon's gonna fall. And the Archon arrives now. High ground advantage for Mini. He needs to hold with this single Archon. He's trying very hard. The Archon is gonna fall very, very quickly. The Archon is fallen, but reinforcements are coming through from the other side of the map. And looks like Mini is having his trouble holding his expansion. The probes have been forced to get evacuated. So Larva's got a nice advantage here. No, looks like the Hydras get pushed back, but reinforcement on this other side is going to buy some time here. Yeah, and I think this base is going to be completely toasted. I don't think it's going to be able to hold this area. Lurker is getting morphed as well. Hydra's going to surround this area, and Mini's got to have to play from the back here. But the Corsairs, they're doing something in the background. We're not seeing it, but looks like Larva is able to clear these areas out supply-wise. Larva is behind by only 5 supply, but he gains this expansion for Mini. Mini was being too cocky to expand so early like that. Very ill-advised from Mini. Let's see how the game will progress from here, because one good thing for Mini is that Larva is still on Hydra. He's going to try to dive forward here. 1 Hydra gets sniped, 2 Hydra gets sniped. There are a lot of Hydras. This forge can only buy so much time, and it's gonna be falling very, very quickly. The probes have to, I guess, rebalance themselves between the bases. Larva is gonna now expand towards the 12 o'clock position because the game needs to go on. Excuse me. There cannot be a way for you to win without, additional bases from the Zerg side. Alright, Larva is expanded towards the 12 o'clock position. These Dragoons gonna have to push out now. Those cannons actually blocking those areas. Lurkers in the right area. I find it a miracle if Mini can come back from this position. It's so hard. It's so hard. He's gonna storm some random stuff. There's nothing there. The Lurkers will deploy themselves, and with these Lurker walls, it's impossible for Mini to break out. I fear for Mini here. Of course, Larva winning a game is good for all of us, the viewers, because we will have the 3rd game, and that's always a lot better. Where's the observers? I think the observers are coming out. That's a lot of Lurkers. That's so many Lurkers, and there's going to be more morphing, so it's going to be very, very tough, but very, very lucky that Mini has got some of his High Templars saved up. He lost some of his High Templars previously, but he's still got a couple more, and Mini's going to have to break out now. He's moving the Dragoons forward. He's gonna keep in mind, here's the right combination. 1 Dragoon shot, 1 High Templar shot. That will kill a Lurker. If you get some Overlords and some other Hydras in the process, is great as well. Mini's gonna have to pump out a lot of forces here. He's only on 2 bases. Drones have already been transferred towards the 4th base, so Larva will have additional mineral intake here. He might want to mine out that mineral patch right between the expansion as well, and Scourge is in the right area, just waiting to snipe any kind of observers that go way too far. So that is going to be something that we want to take out, to think about in the future. It looks like we're going to be having the breakout beginning now. This is going to be a very tough breakout. He's storming. Nice storm to hit a lot of Hydras. Like I mentioned to you, usually you want to attack only one side, and then to go for, the storming on the other side. This is going to be very, very tough. The angle, look at the arc. The arc on this, this choke is so wide. And it really, really helped the one who's holding the fortification, and that is going to be, Larva. Supply-wise, Mini is still ahead by a bit of supply, but he needs to break out now. He's running out of storms, I believe, and just non-stop Lurker morphing here. Looks like Mini's gonna decide to attack on the right side. And let the storm take care of the units on the left side, but reinforcement coming from the left is looking very strong. Another Lurker is going to get destroyed. Yes, nicely done. And Hydras have largely died in that large engagement. Only Lurkers remaining. It's going to be the moment now or never. Mini need to break free. Mini comes through. He clears several Lurkers. Reinforcements are a tick too late, about 10 seconds later, and all of these Lurkers would fall, and that would allow the impetus to fall back into Mini's favor. Mini with 1,000 minerals. He needs to start to make more Zelle. He's going to have to storm now. He does a great storm to drive these Hydras back. A probe walks through the battlefield to try to expand towards the 3 o'clock position. The Archon buying a lot of time. We might still have more storms. Mini is going to have to engage. He's got 5 Hydras, but some of them don't have storm. He's waiting. The Zealots are getting shredded to pieces. The Archon need to buy some time by attacking right now. Dragoons are coming through. We even have a drone to kind of hold the area. Hydra's gonna try to do some target firing on the Dragoons, but reinforcing Zealot is looking very strong. We might have another storm, great storm. There's gonna be sniping. You need to snipe the High Templars, maybe. He's gonna try to snipe the Dragoons. Not pretty sure if that is the right idea. But anyways, now the Nexus has come up and Mini has held. Larva, of course, with his 4 bases also looking very, very strong. But we're gonna be having Hydras going to this new base. Maybe Zealot is finally gonna try to come out here. But Mini has hold his position, but reinforcement, non-stop reinforcement. And the problem with Metropolis is, even though you are allowed to, have your base, you need to connect it with the rest of the army. and your expansion, and that is going to be very, very tough. If you cannot send your probes towards this area, it's as good as not having a base. Basically, there's going to be a nice storm that damages those hydras, and lurkers are going to get on those high ground soon. The lurkers will contain the reinforcement. Mini's decided I'm going to have to clear this area before I'm going to be allowed to take my base here. Great storm though. Another storm need to get deployed. It looks like Lava is running out of steam. He's trying to snipe the observers, but there are no more lurkers. The only one lurker is way too far from the field, and more fresh troops come to this area. We even have a mutuals in the process. What is going to be the plan here from Mini? If he need to hold this base at all costs. He loses his nexus, and Lava is clearing these areas. At the last minute, Mini is able to hold, but he's mine out in his main, almost about to get mine out. The Archons are having very, very tough time here, but they have +2 armors and +1 weapons. Very, very nice upgrades for Mini, but it's not really upgrades that matter right now. You need to have numerical advantage, and Lava with his 4 bases is booming in the economy. This base once again is contained. Lava is not yet gonna expand. He says, you know what, I need to just hold this area with whatever I have and make sure you cannot connect the bases together. There's going to be another engagement, and Mini is able to hold. We have a Dark Templar because Lava apparently has forgotten that Dark Templar could be made around this time. Probes have been transferred. The Dark Templar comes through to kill some Hydras. Of course, it's better. He wants to actually kill the Lurkers, but it's going to be better. Okay, we have a Dark Templar that slipped through the darkness here. What is going to be the location that this Dark Templar could go to? I guess this 9 o'clock base doesn't have any drones, and Mini need to time his attack. He need to send the Dark Templar when the opponent least expects it, and not in the middle of the, when the enemy is not really APM. He needs to send it right in the middle of the battle, like around this time. That's going to be the moment to send. Now, Dark Templar is gone to the bottom left for now. He doesn't see anything. He's going to go towards the 3 o'clock position, and Lava, of course, doesn't know anything about it. There's going to be just intense battle. The Dark Templar has arrived, and we're going to be seeing Lava's unit count start to fall very, very quickly here. Looks like it's stopped in the middle by some forces. The Dark Templar has been stopped. Good storm though. So I always thought that Lava would have been dead, but GG from Mini, and Lava takes one game back. Thanks for watching, and let's move on to the next set. See you soon. Bye bye.